everybody, welcome back to Doctor Who Makeup. Today I thought I would bring to you a haul video of all of the makeup palettes and brushes and extra little bits of makeup items that I have either received or purchased myself over the past few months. Most of the items that you're going to see today have been given to me as a gift from either my dad, like for Christmas and for my birthday, or my mom, who just likes buying me makeup, and I totally appreciate that because we both have this love for makeup. I obviously love it more because I have an entire channel dedicated to it, but a lot of the stuff that I'm showing you she actually also owns as well. So let's just get started. The first few products that I want to share with you are from Coastal Scents. On Black Friday and Cyber Monday, Coastal Scents had a wonderful sale on their website. I've ordered from them during this sale for the past 3 years, so the first things that I'm going to be sharing with you are things that I have added to my collection. I don't know if I've shared these with you before, but they are their hot pots. So this guy is in the clear case that they have that holds 28 of their hot pots, and this guy is my pink palette. I have organized them kind of in a rainbow order, so this is the very beginning of my collection with this white, and it goes into kind of pinkish, reddish shades. This is probably my favorite palette out of all of them. I end up wearing these eyeshadows more than any of the other ones. My favorite eyeshadow from this palette is the bottom right hand corner in the shade Sandstorm. It was featured in my 2015 beauty product favorites, even though it only had it for 5 days at that point. The next palette is my orange and yellow palette. This guy has most of my neutral eyeshadows just because they fit in my chronological order of shade ranges. They just fit so well in this palette. I do have a lot of these bright orange shades just because I really wanted to try out some orange blushes. And because you can't find a lot of orange blushes, I figured that their matte eyeshadows would work just as well. And this shade right here, bottom left hand corner, Orange Crush, actually is a beautiful shade that works really well as a blush, and I love it. It's probably my favorite shade from this palette, other than this one right here at the top right hand corner. This guy is called Deep Merlot. It is a beautiful brown shade that has a lot of purple undertones in it. It's super pigmented and it's just beautiful on the eye. This next palette, and the one that I really wanted to kind of experiment with shade range wise, is my green and yellow palette. I really wanted to try wearing a lot of green eyeshadows just because I don't typically wear green eyeshadows and I don't have a lot of them. So when all of these Hot Pot singles came on sale for 99 cents a piece, I figured I would pick up a few of them. So as you can see, I have lots of green and lots of yellow, and I have left a few spaces here because I don't have any blue eyeshadows from Coastal Scents except for this guy right here, which I don't know if you can consider him blue. He's more of a teal just because I don't wear blue eyeshadows a lot, but I do plan on expanding my collection. My last palette, which is also in one of my brand new clear cased containers, I got 2 this year. They were on sale for $5. It's my purple palette. Purple is my favorite color, so of course I'm going to have an entire palette dedicated to the shade. I really enjoy like the blue-ish purples, which I have kind of going on in this top and like mid-section of the bottom row, or like the middle row. I also love the wine plum shades of purple. That's probably my favorite kind of purple. So this one right here, what is this, Maroon Berry? That is probably my favorite shade in the entire palette, other than this purple one, which I don't know the name. I do plan on getting more purple eyeshadows, which is why there are some, like a row and 2 shades up at the top that have not been filled, just because, you know what, I think 74 single eyeshadows that I got this year, which was a lot more than I got last year, just kind of filled up my palettes, and I really want to expand next year, but I want to go through these shades first and kind of learn to love all of the shades that I purchased this year. The next thing that I got from the Coastal Scents website is brushes. I repurchased some of my favorite brushes, which are these 3 right here. This is the BR250 brush. It's the Pro Blending brush, I believe it's called. It is the more expensive one from the bunch. It ends up being, I think I ended up making my dad pay about $3 for the brush on sale, but it is so great. So if you're looking for something to blend in crease shades, this is honestly my favorite one. It's the one I will recommend to you. The other 2 brushes that I got that I have repurchased are the BRC N08 and the BRC N51. This guy is a kind of like a crease brush, and once you wash it, the fibers do kind of expand a little bit and becomes a little bit fluffier. And the other one, the BRC N51 brush, is perfect for packing on eyeshadow. This guy was featured in my 2015 beauty favorites because I have loved it and I've gotten so much use out of it this year. That is why I repurchased these guys, because I got so much use out of them over this past year. I ended up getting 3 other brushes that I haven't tried before because I really wanted to try the other Coastal Scents brushes, so I got 3 more. This first one is the BRC N09 brush, which is a little bit different from the BRC N08 brush. It's a little bit smaller, as you can see, a little bit more tapered at the end. I figured this guy will be great for putting in really defined crease shades and then blending it out just slightly, as well as smudging an eyeshadow along the lower lash line. The other 2 are fluffier brushes meant for eyeshadow, and this one in particular, which is the BRC N03 brush, this one's the BRC N02 brush. This one I'm going to be using and replacing another brush, which is my Soho brush, for my under eye concealer setting powder. I find that when I do not set my under eye areas, my mascara and my eyeliner falls onto the lower lash line, I guess you could say, and it just doesn't look good. But when I set it, especially with a fluffy brush like this, it stays all day and it's great. This guy, I don't know what I'm going to be using it for, just because I haven't really used these brushes yet, at least these 3 new ones, so I'm not sure what I'm going to be using it for, but I will update you as I find a love and a perfect use for it. I went shopping in the States with my mom yesterday, and she ended up buying me a whole bunch of makeup, and I'm so thankful for that because I would have eventually purchased it all, but I didn't have to spend any of my money on it. I'm just being really honest here. So the first thing that I got was the Maybelline The Rock Nudes eyeshadow palette. I don't like the name. I think they should have called it The Rockin' Nudes, honestly, because that's what I've been calling it anyways, but it is a gorgeous smoky palette. I do have the Smokes palette by Maybelline. This guy's just a little bit darker and has a few more matte shades. She got the exact same palette, and pretty much everything I got here she got a double of, so I've already kind of tested her things, but I haven't used my own. So I love the green shade, and she loves that one too, but I also love the 4 matte shades along the bottom row. I also got a replacement for my liquid eyeliner. This is probably my favorite one that I own. It is the Jordana Cosmetics eyeliner. This one, since they repackaged them, they changed up the name, they changed up the color shade range, and honestly, this is just the brown one. It's called number 2 Black Brown. It's from their cat eyeliner line. They used to be called Brown Desire, but they are pretty much the exact same packaging, the same brush, same color. Well, this brown one is the same color at least. And I love the brown one so much because it dries matte, it stays on all day. It's not waterproof, but it does take a while to really rub it off your eye. My mom also got me a few makeup brushes, which I am so excited to try out. Okay, I'm just gonna show them to you because I can't wait. These first 3 are from the Real Techniques Bold Metal collection. Dun dun dun. The first one that we have here is the 100 brush, the arched powder brush. I can't wait to try it. It is gold, it's beautiful. My mom did get the exact same one, and the only thing that I have negatively to say about these brushes is that the bottom part of the brush is very plasticky and it feels really cheap. That's the only thing I have to say about it, other than the fact that this brush is $26 American, which is super expensive. I mean, it's very similar to how expensive the MAC brushes are. I do think that the Real Techniques brushes are aptly priced because they are really amazing quality. I love Sam and Nick. I watch their YouTube videos all the time. I love supporting them, and I can't wait to start using these brushes. The second one that I have is the 300 tapered brush. This one's in like the copper, I guess you could say rose gold shade, tapered blush brush. I don't know what I'm going to use this guy for, whether it's going to be blush or contour, or even just setting my foundation and maybe highlight. I haven't used it, but I will let you know once I find a use for it. The last one is the 200 oval shadow brush. I wasn't gonna get this one originally. I was gonna get the more tapered, smaller, more round brush in Silverline, but I ended up getting this one because my mom found the newer brush sets, or like the 2 new ones that they introduced. The one is gold, the one is silver. She got that new one. I hope she loves it. It's very similar to the Coastal Scents Pro Fluff brush, whatever it's called. But I ended up getting this one because I really wanted to try this one rather than the other one because I have found my favorite. I can't wait to try this one as well. I'm probably gonna use it for eyeshadow or maybe setting my under eye area. I have 3 brushes that can do that now. The next brush set that she got me is the Real Techniques Brow Brush Set. I had not seen this anywhere online. I didn't know that this was a thing, so when I saw it there, I'm like, that's Real Techniques? Wow, that's cool. So they have all of their new logos on these brushes. They are angled, I guess you could say, detailing, or they're slanted. They're arched brush, slanted brushes. They have the slanted brow spoolie. They have the slanted brow definer, and then the slanted brow brush. I love their brow brush. It's one of my favorite brushes. I actually use it to fill in my eyebrows. They also have 2 tweezers. They have the angled tweezer and the detailing tweezer. I'm excited to use them. And the little carrying case that they come in looks a little bit different than the other ones from the other collections. The last few products that I want to share with you, I have 4 I purchased online. Now, I am warning you, these products are fake. I know that they're fake. I looked them up because I wanted to purchase fake products that look like they're real. Why? I saw 2 of these things online earlier on in the year. I think I actually saw them last year, like 2014. And I knew that I wanted to find them and purchase them. I did not purchase them because I wanted cheaper versions of the products. I just wanted to try them because I wanted to see how they stood up against the real version of like the product. So the first 2 that I'm sharing with you are the Urban Decay Naked Basics palettes. These 2 are not identical to the original. I purchased these 2 because I saw similar ones, or actually I saw the exact ones online, and I knew I needed to have them. The first one here is a darker smoky palette. This is what it looks like. It looks very, very similar, like the packaging, I mean, looks very similar to the original, but the inside shades are not. We have a matte white, we have a matte black, and a whole bunch of smoky shades in between. I love this palette. I saw it on Pinterest last year or 2014 or something like that, and I knew I needed to own this one. While I was doing research about this palette, I found the other one, which looks like this. So very similar packaging. I know this one's fake because the bee is really overdrawn, but it is gorgeous. It has all these orange shades and the purple. And this guy is probably my favorite out of the 2. They're both gorgeous. I haven't really used them yet, even though I did bring them down to Mexico with me. I kind of really enjoyed the shade range and the different looks that I could get out of both of these palettes. I ended up paying about $3 each for these palettes, which is pretty inexpensive. They shipped in about 3 or 4 weeks because they came directly from China. I'm really impressed with them, except this palette right here, the darker smoky one, they actually got the packaging wrong. When you read the box, you see that the name shades are different. It's like snow and a whole bunch of different things. They ended up getting the names wrong and they switched the palettes, which I'm okay with. I ended up getting 2 of these palettes because I thought I was ordering like a dupe for the original Naked palette, or the original Naked Basics palette, but they ended up sending me 2 of these guys, which, you know what, I'm okay with because I gave the other one, which had the correct shade names on the bottom, I gave them to her for Christmas, letting her know that yes, this is a fake palette, but I had already swatched mine at that point and I knew that they were decently pigmented and I knew that she might like it. The next 2 products that I ordered are from AliExpress. I had no idea this website existed until some ads started popping up in like, you know, your suggested ad sections for the Naked palettes, and it said AliExpress and it showed me like $1 palettes. I'm like, what is this website? So I did some research, I found the website, and it's actually a reputable website that is very similar to eBay, except they have cheaper products because they come straight from the manufacturer. So what I ended up ordering from this website, one of the things hasn't come in the mail yet, which I'm really disappointed about because it's one that I really wanted, and it's the Lorac Mega Pro palette, which was from last year. Haven't received it yet, I hope it comes soon. But the other 2 that I ordered are the Lorac Unzipped palette and the Lorac Pro palette. I have wanted the Pro palette for so long. I don't own any of like the original guys from these ones, like the actual products, so I can't tell you their relation to the actual products, but I thought I would get these 2 to test and see kind of the quality of the products, see what I think about them, and if I really, really like these products so much, I'm gonna order the originals, which it will inevitably happen. I will own these, like the actual products, very soon. So when I got them in their cases, they came, like they looked real. Their cases are so lifelike. It does, both of these products come with a little primer thing. I haven't used the primer. I don't think I'm going to be using the primer. I might give that away to somebody. The Lorac Pro palette, it does have the little dust sheet in it, and it has the beautiful mirror. The mirror did come with a little thing that I could peel off just to keep it clean. And then this is the palette. Very similar. Some of the shade names, like all the shade names are different, but I think the font is a little bit different. The gold is not as gold as the original. It's a little bit more orange, but I'm really satisfied with how this palette turned out and how similar it is to the original. The one thing about this palette though is when I ordered it, it came and the box was all squished. So you have to be careful about ordering these things online because mine did get squished in the mail, which kind of sucks. The Lorac Unzip palette came unsquished, so I was really happy about that. This guy did not come with a little dust sheet, but it did come with the little thing on the mirror, which I have not taken off yet. This palette I'm also really happy with. It's very, very similar to the original, except this top shade right here is just a little bit lighter than the original. I haven't used this yet either, but I am super excited, and I can just tell from the sparkling quality of the shimmery shades that it will be amazing. You have to be careful about buying makeup online because you do not know what's in these products. I did read over what's in them, and I did test a few of these guys on my skin. They are completely fine. Be careful though, I am warning you, and buy them at your own discretion. If you're worried about getting ripped off, then don't buy them online. Go out and buy the actual palettes, which is what I have done. I purchased the original Naked Basics palettes. I have both of them. I love both of them, and I will be purchasing the Lorac Pro palette as well as the Lorac Unzipped, and hopefully the Lorac Unzipped Gold palette, because that's the one that I want more out of the two of them. I will be purchasing them in the near future. So that's it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!